And we continue this afternoon on Central Valley Talk. I'm Mike Scott, joined now by someone who's going to be sitting in this seat starting this Friday at 3 o'clock. He's going to have his own show here on Central Valley Talk. Zachary Browning. The show's going to be called Central Valley Health and Fitness. And I'm guessing you're going to talk everything health and fitness.
Exactly. So the main objective of the show is to showcase what's available to you in the Central Valley, the individuals, the businesses, the gyms, the nutrition stores, masseuses, all the good services that are here. Central Valley is a very unhealthy place overall, but there's so much good stuff here.
You're going to whip them into shape,
Whip them into shape, connect them, right? There's plenty of people just like me who are inspirational and motivational, but I want to connect the population with those people.
Yeah.
So as you kind of talked about earlier with one of the guests, diabetes is a huge problem here. In the Central Valley, 1 out of 19 people has type 2 diabetes.
Wow.
Where statewide it's 1 out of 13. That's huge. The 5 worst cities or communities in the state, 3 of them are in the Central Valley.
For diabetes?
For diabetes. And by a significant amount, too. It's not just a little bit. And then I'm sure you know the educational problems that are here. 14% of people have a college degree, where it's 28% of people in the rest of the state. There's a large Hispanic population here, which is more at risk for diabetes as well. And, I mean, poverty's a big problem here. Unemployment's a huge problem. I think number 2 through number 9 on the top 10 highest unemployment rates are here in California and the Central Valley.
Yeah. So what made you decide that you wanted to take the big step of having your own show to talk about these things?
Well, in combination of my group exercise, personal training experience, TV experience, internet experience, and working all over the state, I get to see San Diego, San Francisco, LA, which are the very progressive cities, or the very, I guess, caught up cities with our time. Central Valley is way far behind. It's, you know, California's the 8th largest economy in the world. Central Valley is basically a third of California. There's something to be said for that. We should be caught up with at least LA, San Francisco, San Diego, not have those terrible numbers in comparison to the rest of the state. So I really want to make this Central Valley a better place to live in general. And that it's not just health. It's not just working out. It's not just running. It's not just going on a diet. There's a lot of things that encompass health. And I want to connect people that have no idea or no money to pay for it, or students that really have no idea that it's something they need to learn and work on as they grow. I really want to connect people with that.
So your debut show is this Friday.
This Friday at
3 o'clock, and I asked you who's your first lineup of guests?
Yes. So I'm not going to spoil the. I don't want to spoil the names, but
okay.
I'll tell you what I'm having on. So I'm going to.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Eventually, no. Just wait. Just wait.
You never know.
Just
right?
wait. See, my goal with this is to build this up to a platform to where you have cool people coming to the Central Valley to do this show, or to come be involved in an event that we're putting on, or to see the vision that we see in making this place a better place to live and a healthier region to live. I want people that see that same vision to join me, or to get ears and eyes.
So no names of your first guests, but give me an idea of what they'll be discussing.
We got a nonprofit coming.
Nonprofit. Okay.
I'm heavily involved in nonprofits. I'm always going to have a nonprofit on here, because those are people taking their time and their own money to benefit the world with sometimes no return.
Right.
Having said that, the NFL is a nonprofit, and I'm sure they make plenty of profit. But you have nonprofits that are giving away 90% of what they take in, and they keep 10%. So it's a big goal to showcase that. And the Central Valley has a substantial amount of nonprofits in comparison to the rest of the whole country. I also am going to have a nutrition store owner as well as a dietitian. So he's going to give us some nutrition advice and talk about a little bit of life and just healthy habits and how he maintains having an 8-pack 24 hours a day.
Always wanted one of those.
Right?
This never seems to happen.
And it's always the people that can eat a whole pizza. And, right?
It's not fair. It's not fair.
If it helps, I can empathize with that. So I think it makes me better in the health and the fitness industry. So I'm also going to have one of my friends that's a local DJ. And since he's a Central Valley figure, and since he's pretty well known in the community, he does quite a few of the clubs and the nightclubs, the dance clubs here in Fresno. So I'm going to interview him about his tour and what he does on a normal week, and also his fitness, his nutrition, his definition of healthy.
So it's not going to be an hour of muscle men.
Exactly.
You want your average people.
One of the biggest points that I tell people is, what's the healthiest thing you could do right now sitting at this table? We're not eating, we're not drinking, we're not working out, we're not stretching, we're not running. So what's the healthiest thing you can do? We're only doing one thing, we're breathing. So if you actually are looking at health as a whole, if I wanted to be healthier or make the world healthier, I'd stop driving, or I'd stop polluting, or I'd stop throwing trash, or I'd stop smoking cigarettes or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Health is so much more than just running on the treadmill and getting down to 2% body fat. It's the little bit of work that you put in every day to make every aspect of your life better. It's having more endurance with the kids. It's having more strength to help someone move. It's having endurance to hang out with your grandkids or hang out with the family. It's refining your mobility. Let's say you get in a car accident and you lose, the uses of your shoulders. What are you going to do? You only get 12 sessions of physical therapy from your insurance. So what's next? And you're going to pay a hefty monthly fee for somebody that has the physical therapy experience and the occupational therapy experience to be able to do that.
Well, I don't think you're going to have any problem with your show. I can tell you like to talk. You're passionate about what you believe in.
Passion's the number one thing. Don't get me wrong. This is a business. We need to make money, and we're going to sell sponsorships, and we're going to give local businesses a very large platform to advertise on, as well as connect them with other businesses and really encourage the idea of buying local. But the main goal of the show is to not me drive away in a Lamborghini with a fat pocket of money. I want to take anything that we make and throw it back into the community, and whether that be going to schools. And I have a lot of nonprofits where we do with schools. So whether that's going to school and doing a Central Valley Talk Day, or going to the hospitals and just talking to all the I wouldn't call them guests in a hospital, but the patients, talking to them, because how cool is it when your diabetes educator comes in and he happens to be a host of a show in the Central Valley? I think you're going to listen to what he has to say a little bit more, right?
I think you're right. All right, Friday, 3 in the afternoon, Central Valley Health and Fitness, a new show here on Central Valley Talk, hosted by this guy.
If you get lucky, you'll get to see Mr. Mike on there as one of my guests as well.
Maybe one of these days. If folks are interested in being a guest, what can they do? How can they reach you?
I would love for you guys to either advertise with us or just get in contact with us over the Central Valley Talk email and platform. Come through us, schedule it through Mike, and we have we're going to have a lot of cool things coming out, but I think that would be the best way to do it for now, so don't confuse you. I don't want to give you all the platforms.
I hope your first show is a big success.
I really appreciate that, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Friday, 3 o'clock here on Central Valley Talk, and we will be back with more. Stay tuned.